borders, number one. Then number two, and this is the key, is that we need more ICE agents. We need more people on the ground.
Yes.
And then number three, which is also important, though, is that we need to have a president with the will to continue the deportation agenda, especially in our major cities. Tom, are any
that's
comments
exactly
on that?
what we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing, Sean. The president said a couple weeks ago, and I agree with him. I've been saying it for months. We're going to flood the zone of sanctuary cities because we know we have a problem with sanctuary cities. We know they're releasing public safety threats every day. We don't have that problem in Florida where most of the sheriffs, all the sheriffs are working with us. They're not releasing illegal alien public safety threats. So where do we got to spend our resources? In places like New York City, where we know we got a problem because we know public safety threats hit the street every day.
And just so everyone is clear, Tom, you are not forgetting any of America's cities. Just because they're a sanctuary city like Portland or Seattle, you're not just leaving them alone. This is a full occupation. Every square inch of America will be restored and reclaimed. Is that correct?
Absolutely. And with this big, beautiful bill, we get more agents on the ground. Look, we got over 20 million illegal aliens in this country. We got less than 5,000 deportation officers.
It's unbelievable.
We need more deportation officers to get out there and look for the... Again, we're prioritizing worst of the worst. The more resources we have, the more bad guys we arrest. The more bad guys we arrest, the safer this country is.
And anyone who interferes with the deportation effort, they also could face federal charges. Can you comment on that, Tom? Because some people are sharing ICE information. If you get in the way of a federal law enforcement procedure, could you also be arrested?
Zero tolerance. You can hate ICE. You can protest ICE. You have that. You have your, you got your First Amendment right. You can protest and scream and yell all you want. It's unfortunate, but when you cross that line, I've said this since January 20th. If you cross that line on impeding a federal law enforcement officer, if you cross that line on knowingly harboring, concealing illegal alien from ICE, if you cross that line, especially you put hands on an ICE officer, zero tolerance. You will be prosecuted.
And so, Tom, in closing here, I know you got a dash in a second. I want to play this piece of tape here. This was 285 from today at Alligator Alcatraz. Play cut 285.
The Trump administration steps up ICE raids and mass deportations. One tech developer is pushing back with an app designed to track ICE activity in real time. It's called ICE Block, and it's controversial to say the least. How does this work?
You open the app, it looks like a map, and users can tap the map to report an ICE sighting in their area, and then everybody who uses the platform within 5 miles of that sighting will get a push alert. This is a free iPhone app. It is anonymous. Aaron says he doesn't collect any user data. And what I think is really interesting about this in this moment is we've seen so many of the biggest leaders in tech supporting President Trump, but Aaron is sort of an example of the fact that there are people within the tech industry who are really resistant to Trump's policies.
Tom, announced today CNN is under criminal investigation for this. Is this legal? Are you allowed to track federal law enforcement, publicize it on an app?
Look, I'll leave it up to DOJ. I mean, I'm not an attorney, I'm not a prosecutor, but I've asked DOJ to look into us. People need to understand the dangerous job that ICE has every day. Again, we're prioritizing public safety threats, national security threats. It already is very dangerous. To put an app out there and have CNN, a national network, advertise it, educate people, and as out there, and here's how you can use it, it puts ICE officers at a great risk. It's only a matter of time before there's an ambush where some nut is going to be laying in ICE, knowing they're coming. There's going to be some bad guy who doesn't care, like the bad guy who threw a Molotov cocktail at 100%. Officers in Los Angeles. This is extreme. It's disgusting, and I hope DOJ takes some action. I pray to God we get this thing shut down. The men and women at ICE put themselves on the harm's way every day. And people need to remember this. They're not Nazis. They're not racist. They're mothers and fathers, too. Yep. They're enforcing the laws enacted by Congress. They're not making this up. They're executing final orders removal issued by a federal judge.
Bingo.
If you want to, if you don't like what ICE is doing, then go yell at Congress, tell them to change the law. Until then, let's support the men and women of ICE.
We have your back, Tom Homan. We got to get to 10 million deportations. We have your back to get that done.